Master is back for another Community Pits video on my Community tab, as well as my recent Community Updates video. I put up a poll of what SpongeBob episode do you guys want me to review in celebration of the Battle of the Key Bono remaster. And I have to say that the game is so fun, but sometimes frustrating. Well, I haven't played the original yet, so it was my first time playing the game that is surprisingly popular for an official SpongeBob game. Back to the main topic. It looks like you guys want me to review Squeaky Boots. It was a surprise to me because the only two episodes that have results were the ones that I thought were going to be last places. But it was a community pit, and I will make the same mistakes that I did with the third and fourth ones by forgetting them. So I guess I'll review Squeaky Boots for SpongeBob SquarePants. And you will see later in the review of why I thought it was interesting to talk about. Anyways, let's start. The episode starts with Mr. Krabs tries his best to entertain Paul, his daughter, and her friends on her birthday. I should note that this episode is actually the second ever SpongeBob episode to be produced if we're not counting House Watching. The first one was Tweet at the Treedome, so that technically means that Squeaky Boots has not only introduced Paul, but also the background characters that fans call Kitty Bottomice. But that is not the interesting part that I wanted to share with you. So let's continue. When Paul opens her present, she gets disappointed and embarrassed by her friends that she got Boots as her present. Sorry, Paul, but I cannot resist laughing at that. But after a while, Paul rejects her present and gives them back to her dad. Feeling sad, Mr. Krabs found a way to get wind of the Boots by making a negotiation with SpongeBob. Firstly, for Mr. Krabs, as Squidward, SpongeBob makes squeaky noises with his newly obtained boots, which leads me to the main reason why I found this episode interesting for me to talk about. Honestly, Squeaky Boots has to be the least interesting episode out of the 4 episodes on my community poll because I used to hate this episode. The reason why I used to hate it is because I found the squeaky noises as well as one scene later in the episode to be very annoying, and it was intentional too. But over time, I have grown to like Squeaky Boots because I feel like the squeaky noises went from annoying to be very funny. There are more SpongeBob episodes that I used to hate and vice versa, but I will save that for another time. So let's move on. After getting annoyed by SpongeBob's boots, Mr. Krabs decided to steal his boots away from him in the hopes of not getting annoyed by their noise anymore. Spoiler alert, it didn't.
Excuse me.
I didn't do it! Oh, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm ready to order.
What do you have?
I'll take a...
What did you say?
I said I'll take a...
Huh?
I heard his order, Mr. Krabs. He said he was...
What?
You thought that Mr. Krabs would be saved by hiding the boots, but it didn't. If anything, it got worse because he's now started to go crazy over his guilt of not telling the truth to SpongeBob. When I was researching for this video, I thought that Mr. Krabs going insane could be implying that he has anxiety because he cannot sleep and focus on his job. But then I found out that Squeaky Boots is inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. If you're like me and don't know about this story, then it's like this scene here, but instead of the boots be the issue, the crime that the man committed in the story is the issue. Heck, even one line for that story was weapons in Squeaky Boots.
It's a squeaking of the hideous boots!
I think I was wrong in saying that Squeaky Boots was the last interesting one because I didn't know about these weapons until I started researching. Maybe that's why people wanted me to review this episode for the second community pick of the year. Anyways, after feeling guilty, Mr. Krabs admits to everyone in his restaurant that he had hidden the boots under the floorboards. Then he ate them to end his suffering. Well, almost, as the episode ends with Mr. Krabs having squeaky hiccups while going on vacation with his daughter. So, my other thoughts about Squeaky Boots is that it's a SpongeBob episode that I used to hate because of it being annoying. But over time, we watched other annoying episodes. I grew to like this episode because it went from being annoying to being funny. With all of that being said, I do have a problem with this episode, and that's because I really only like one thing, and that is comedy. Don't get me wrong, the Telltale Heart installation was cool, but like almost every popular movie or book that I know of, I didn't actually read it at all. It also doesn't help that I am not a fan of reading, which is a bit ironic because I am a good writer. The only reason why I knew about stuff like Star Wars is because of how many times that film or book was referenced in cartoons. So it's not fair to you or to the source material if I only know about something that got referenced or parody in popular media. My rating is subject to taste in the future. If I do get to read the Telltale Heart, but for right now, I will rate Squeaky Boots a 6.5 out of 10, almost good. Future edited stars here. I did with the story a bit, and it actually made the crazy crabs seem more steadier than I thought. But at least I now have a reason to make Squeaky Boots a good episode that's decent. Once again, I am not a fan of reading, so maybe I am missing something. But what I have here is important enough for this video. I will went past me finish this video now. It's a hilarious episode, but that's the only good part of the episode. Some people are thinking that I am milking SpongeBob videos like double at this point. But number one, they're my favorite shows, so it doesn't matter for me. And number two, I am having an issue of trying to make videos of shows that I haven't talked about yet. While I technically had access to every cartoon show on the internet, I want to respect the official releases first before using that option. That's the reason why I haven't talked about shows that are exclusive to streaming yet. So until I fix or my subscribers help me on this problem, I am still going to make SpongeBob videos in the meanwhile. So I hope that you have enjoyed this review. Stay safe, and I will see you guys later.